It's like, dude, it's like it feels like it's still my first day or something like that. Like it's literally I got tick the tick, tick the tick. So that was like literally 10 points. Yo, what's up, Cave Trader? You say you got ticked out of this? Damn, dude. Look at that trend line from yesterday. Look how that trend line is acting as support. Look at that. The trend line acting as support. Isn't that a surprise? I just closed out a winning position for gold. I'm done this week in my funded account. I had so out of the four, I got 3 out of 4 days. I missed the trade on Monday, but I was able to get 3 winning trades this week, just following my plan, just waiting for a breakout on gold and trading the pullback. And I was able to capture this little small move. It was just enough to get my target hit. And I actually just set the limit, and I was surprised to come back and see that my order was filled and I was done. It was quick and painless. So I'm proud of that. Mm, mm. Okay. So let's see. So we we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Because we're literally in orbception right now. We have a orb high from yesterday's session, and it looks like the orb high, or at least right now, the orb is still within yesterday's orb. So this is definitely orb session. We'll see. We're right back up to that 24K mark. So you said that inflation went up. Well, let's ask because with these let's ask the AI assistant real quick. Because September is historically bearish. Historically. We'll see if all right. So So I just asked my AI assistant, CPI has just been released. What should we expect the market reaction should be and how to interpret this data? And the market is reacting to today's CPI release, which shows consumers rising 0.4% month over month versus the 0.3% that's expected. So as Cave Trader says, inflation has risen and a 2.9 year over year. The year over year is what people the year over year is what the market focuses most on. I think on every data release. If we see a slight increase month over month, but year over year is aligned with expectation, we usually will see that reaction to the month over month, but overall the market is more concerned year over year. The highest annual increase in 7 months with moderate optimism, as these figures are unlikely to derail the anticipated federal cut next week due to underlying labor market softness. Okay. So to skip to the summary, today's CPI report should be interpreted as showing persistence but manageable inflation that supports the case for a Fed rate cut, albeit with a watchful eye on whether inflationary pressures build further in coming months. Equities and bonds are responding constructively as the inflation print is not high enough to deter policy easing, and the dollar is pairing gains. Okay. Would this be considered bullish or bearish? So it's saying that today's CPI data is generally considered bullish for risk assets as as inflation came in slightly higher than expected, but not enough to derail the upcoming Federal Reserve rate cut. We'll see. So I took this gold long. We'll see if we can get this thing filled here. Again, I'm only looking for 90 ticks. This was a great fucking entry, man. If it works out here, it was a great entry on gold here. Like I said, the market, this leg right here, not only broke this leg, or it didn't break this structure right here, but it broke this structure to the left. It actually broke this right here as well. It broke this as well. So it broke this structure. So this structure, it broke that structure, it broke this structure, and it broke that. And so I'm thinking that with this leg, there's enough buyers in this leg to break this structure. It's pulling back, and I'm just trying to catch a bounce in this area. Yeah, like I said, gold is pretty easy to trade, man. I mean, it's you get it as some structure. Like, dude, that's why when I say that gold doesn't need a big stop, you really don't need it if you're patient enough to wait for it. Because I'm not patient enough to wait for it. I'd rather just get in and get it over with and just have a margin of error. That's why I have a 45 tick stop and a 90 tick target. So I don't have to wait, and there's enough margin of error if I don't bottom ticket. But usually, I mean, if you get in at these little these points, that's where the market tends to react at. All right. So let's get that target hit then. Beautiful trade here on gold. Beautiful gold trade. Kind of wish I took this trade in the stream account. Cool. There we go, baby. Nice, beautiful gold trade right there. And we took that one live. So if y'all was in that trade with me, we had little to no drawdown, and all we saw was upside. This is why I say that Nasdaq is just too fast. The ES is too slow, but gold is just right. I think that's why they call it Goldilocks, because I think that was the whole point. Gold is just right, man. It's just right, in my opinion. All right. So we are seeing, and you know the crazy thing is that uh I was actually looking for this area for the short, but I thought to myself, with CPI, this thing might just blow past it. But we didn't see that at all. Hold on. Hold on. Let me redirect my daughter real quick. Come on. No, never mind. We got like 2 minutes before the orb closes. So you damn right, Alfred. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. It's like you gotta when gold shows up for you, you gotta be like, damn, baby, I really appreciate that, and kiss her on her forehead. But when she starts getting that attitude and she starts acting up, you got, man, come on, baby, please. Baby, please. just think about the good times, baby. Let's just get back to that. Let's get back to that, baby. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you definitely did, K Trader. But we'll see. We will see. We'll see if the market, I wouldn't be surprised if we find support here at this trend line. I really wouldn't be surprised. You got this trend line going down. You got price breaking above it, pulling back, breaking structure to the upside. This is technically a pullback trade, so we'll see. Hey, hey. No. You'll be redirected in a few minutes. All right. So that's all right. So 834. Let's see how many contracts were added in the first 15 here. 834. Oh shit. Technically, 834. Literally 100,000 contracts were added in the first 15 to the T. Seriously? No, I'm sorry. 384. Dyslexia. Shit. 384. It's like, what the hell? Ain't no freaking 500,000 contracts were added. All right, so we got 100,000 contracts added in the first 15. Let's see what they do here. See what they do here. Mm. Okay. Hold on. Let me redirect her real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, come on. Okay. All right. All right. So let's see. Honestly, huh. Hmm. If I can kind of, I would prefer to get in as low as possible. Let me look at the ES real quick. I'm looking at the ES real quick. Because the ES, because if the ES don't look like, well, the ES does look like it's going to break out. ES does look like it will break out. Hmm. That does look, that looks very strong on the Nasdaq though. That looks very strong on the Nasdaq. Hmm. You know what, man? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Don't you hate that when it's to follow your system, but then your heart is telling you no, but your system is telling you yes, and your heart is always wrong when it comes to matters on the chart. Let me be very clear about that. When it comes to the matters of the chart, your hearts don't belong on the charts. Oh man, that does look like a good long, man. That does look like a good long. I'm gonna take it, man. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I mean, that this 9,000 chick chart looks bullish as hell. That looks super bullish. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I just hope it doesn't find a reason to come back and stop me out. I don't want to. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. There's nothing. Ain't nothing wrong. When the price starts to grind, when the price starts to grind, there is nothing wrong. When the price starts to grind. That's a classic. That's a Nasdaq anonymous classic right there. All right. Mm. Well, so far, so good. So far, so good. So far, so good. We only got. I hate the fact that my target landed on 24K exactly, but I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles. Now we got about what 6 minutes until the 9 o'clock algo. I don't believe we have any news at that time. I think CPI was probably the biggest news for the day. Let's actually check and make sure that that's the case. Yeah, so yeah, CPI was probably the biggest thing that we have today. And man, it's already Friday. It's already Friday. Isn't that crazy? It's already Friday. Just yesterday, I felt it felt like it was just Monday, but it's already Friday. Yeah. Well, shit. When it comes to when you're a trader, the day that you're in is already gone. You're already looking at the next day. Yeah, right now it's Thursday for normal people, but when you're a trader, shit, the day is already over. It's already over. Especially if you've been up since London session, you've made your money, you're done for the day. It's Friday already. All right. Obviously, I'm saying that jokingly. Guys, I'm joking. I'm joking. I mean, I got a calendar right here that tells me that it's a Thursday, but I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised that traders don't think that way. It's already Friday. Dude, it does feel like this week went by so fast. At least for me, it does. When you're constantly doing something, when you constantly have something to do, when you have something that when that absorbs your mind and your mind becomes detached from time, it's definitely a good feeling. I think they call it the flow state. When you live in a flow state, man, the days just flow by. And there's this if I don't know if y'all guys are familiar with the best series in the world, The Wire. There's a saying that and what was his name? Anyway, it don't matter. He says that you only do 2 days. The day that you go in and then the day that you come out. And there is a hidden message in that because the only 2 days that should be different is the day that you go in and the day that you go out. But every day should be the same. You do the same thing, you have a schedule. And once you're in a schedule or routine, the days just don't, they flow by. They don't even seem like days anymore. They just seems just like you're drifting through time. All right, so it looks like that was a great decision right there, man. Taking that long setup, uh, great decision. I didn't want to start a position all the way up here at the orb high. I My goal is kind of like what Alfred has likes to do is try to get in at the orb low. If we're thinking that we're going to see a breakout, I want to get close to the lows as possible, so I can kind of focus my efforts inside of the range, even though I'm kind of in the middle of this range. I'm in the middle of the range, but I guess it's better than starting a position up here. Yeah, of course. Push, 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 push. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of people taking profits at 24K. So I won't be surprised if this first target is missed a little bit here, or maybe they can surprise me, make me happy, and actually just push through that. Computer froze. Hmm. Oh, come on, man. Man, I'm not ingesting that much data. I don't know why. I think it's just freezing like that. Don't pop back to the break even. Oh crap! You know what? We did not look at it. Okay, let's see what the institutions are doing. See, and this is why I always cancel the subscription because I use it for 2 seconds and then I forget about it. Ugh. All right, so we are in a positive gamma environment right now. We're positive, so the dips are likely to be bought. We have a big gamma level here at 585 on the Qs. The market bounced at this dark pool level at 580. So, and we are seeing puts getting swept though. We are seeing some put sweeps. So, huh. But there's zero DTEs. Actually, let me make sure that. Yeah, okay, I got my settings. Uh, all right, so yeah, we're seeing more puts being swept in the spies and the Qs. We are in positive gamma. So let's actually look at some of these dark pool levels and some of these prints that are coming out. Mm. We're not getting too much activity right now, but I think we can at least get that first target hit. I think that first target is probably good. The second target, I have adjusted the second target. I do think that if we do see price breakout above 24K, we will get a big move. But we just have to see the breakout first. And when you're trading micros, you just, I mean, taking profits is as long as I get that first target hit and my stop doesn't get hit, I'm good. But if I can get all these targets hit, then I can make us I think what, like $600 to $700 just catching big moves on micros. And as I've shared before, this is why I get stubborn about my targets. Micros is what forced me to look for bigger moves, because obviously you can't scalp micros. You can, but you're not making money if you do. And so when I transition over to minis with the same trading style, holding for at least 50 points at the minimum, mm, all right, come on, baby. You know you want to do it. You know you want to just keep on going and hit that first target for us. All in all, this is still a great trade. I mean, this was a great entry. Uh, all I need to do now is just hit that target and don't be nasty to me. Don't be nasty to me, Nasdaq. There we go, baby. First target hit. We're good. First target hit, baby. All right. Hmm. Hmm. Scared. Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true, Cave Trader. Hmm. Let's look to the left on this one. Hmm. 18. Mm. All right, so let's see if we can kind of get an add-on here. Yeah, that's definitely is growth. And that's definitely true too, Alfred. When I made the transition to micros or from minis to micros, I thought the same thing. I was like, man, I used to trade minis. I used to trade minis. Micros should be easy. And then I'm adding, I'm adding, I'm adding, I'm adding, I'm adding, I'm adding, and I'm adding. Micros should be easy. And I think I shared this with you, but this is when I used to only trade the 50Ks with Apex. I couldn't even imagine at that time making $9,000 in a simulated funded account and not thinking to myself, damn, if I was in a 50K, I would have had $9,000 or I would have had a $6,000 payout. So I blew an Apex account with micros, and I'm sitting here thinking, because I remember it happening like it was just yesterday. Next thing I knew, I blew the $2,500 trailing drawdown limit with Apex with micros, and I was like, dude, what the hell was I doing? Couldn't even believe it. It humbled me for sure. I was like, oh, so you can blow your account on micros too? I didn't know that. Yeah, that's definitely that's also true, Alfred. Delayed versus instant gratification. Okay, so we knew that we was going to see some profit taken at 24K. We knew that to be true. If we can get a big push, if we can get price to push here and take out that high, this would be a new trend. Right now, if we're going to be technical about it, technically, price broke the trend to the downside, technically. But there is a micro strategy that apparently, so Alfred, I watched that guy. What is it on My Funded Futures? The gold trader, the Comex trader, and coincidentally, I started watching the video from the part where he says that a lot of traders don't look, or at least the professional ones, or well, I guess it really the word professional is because technically, if I work at an institution, regardless if I'm profitable or not, I would be considered a professional trader because I trade for a professional firm. So I don't want to, I guess I want to be clear. But what a lot of traders do is instead of looking for that perfect entry like I try to do, they scale into it. They scale into it. I think you said that you try to do the same thing where you scale into it as it goes down. And once it starts to trade in your favor, you add as it goes up. So they're building the position as it goes down. They're getting filled, they're getting filled, they're getting filled, and they're moving their average entry down. And then once price finally goes in their direction, they can either sit back and let price hit their target, or they add it to it as it goes up in their direction. And that is a strategy that a lot of people use with micros. Oh shit, I deleted the shit. Ah, damn. Damn. I deleted it. Mm, mm. I would be in this. Let's see what this candle does. Let's see how it closes. Because I would be in this actually. Okay. So that's the last scaling that I'm gonna have. I'm gonna just take everything off at this level. I'm gonna take everything off here. So if this doesn't hold, then this position is gonna fold. If it doesn't hold. I knew there was gonna be some turbulence at 24K. I figured that the Bulls would have done a better job at holding it a little bit. I mean, I knew that people was going to take profits at 24K. I didn't think that we was going to see like a full-fledged. Mm. Yeah, I may consider. I may consider doing that in the future. Just having the market kind of build, but I don't know. I don't know if I would even want to do that. I like seeing, because I mean, to me, if I'm building a position, then what's the point of I mean, what's the point of doing, analysis if I'm just letting it build? I feel like it's easier mentally. So you're not looking for perfect entries, and if you have a series of limits at support and resistance areas. In this situation, support, and it's just filling the entries as it goes down, and then where's the thought? Where's the thought at? At least that's for me. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just not a trading style for me. Just not a trading style for me. But I mean, I'm not against it, but it'll be definitely an adjustment for sure. All right, so if they don't hold this 200 EMA here, then the position is done. If they don't hold it, mm, I mean, it makes sense, yeah. Oh shit! I should have took the ES long. I was considering it. Ah, damn. I should have took the ES. I was considering the ES orb long, but then I was like, nah, let me just take the Nasdaq long. Dude, if the ES is up like this, what the hell is the Nasdaq doing? What are you doing? No, you didn't look. Yo, the ES long is printing right now. The ES is making the Nasdaq look super weak. What's going on, Nasdaq? It's from the orb high. That's 10. That's 19 points from the highs. I would have actually got my full position filled if I actually took the orb high on the ES today. Hmm. We took this gold long and shit, it's up about 20 points. Took the orb long, 20 points. I think if it gets to this area right here on gold, probably 77, 78ish, we probably might see price not necessarily reverse, but probably reject maybe. It's gonna pop up above this high, probably reject, and then probably continue on. Damn, Nasdaq, I didn't think he was weak like that. Okay. Yeah, that shit, like, dude. And she's one of those girls that I guess you give her too much praise, she just starts acting up and she can't help it. There's really no reason why the Nasdaq is acting like this. But we all know that once the Nasdaq breaks out, I mean, it's obvious it's going to be the better option, obviously. But you just have to, like I said earlier, when the attitude come out, you just gotta say, "Baby, please, baby, please." You just gotta say, "Baby, please." That's it. Obviously, she just wants to be held. She wants to just she wants you to talk to her nicely, say nice things that's gonna make her feel special. Nasdaq, you know you're the only girl for me. I don't even look at other instruments. Mm. She's trying to find herself. She's in her discovery phase. That was a great push on the ES though. That was a great push on the ES. Come on, Nasdaq. Get some of that ambition like the ES. Push up. I mean, we have all this space for the upside. I mean, I don't know why this thing is acting like she doesn't want to push here. We have all that space. That's probably not it, but yeah, like this thing is stupid at times. Like, what is this thing even looking at? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. If the Bulls can't hold this, I'm getting stopped out, unfortunately. If they can't hold this. Yeah, that's right. Hold at the 200. Okay. Well, let's see. This is the kind of price action that if you were heavy in this right now, shit, you've had probably like 10 heart attacks. If you had like 10 heart attacks. This is the damn count collection price action right here. She's collecting accounts. Always making sure that account sacrifice database is filled. You know what, Alfred? I've never heard that term said to me. The term that I hear is I always have to walk on eggshells around you. It makes sense because of the person that I am. It makes sense. Don't tolerate bullshit. The only girl in the world that I tolerate the bullshit from is the NQ. And I don't, honestly, I really don't understand why. With my personality, I should be an ES trader. I don't know. Well, we all know that Smith introduced me to this crack known as the Nasdaq, but I was originally an ES trader. So, I mean, it's like I said, it's every day I think, well, it's not every day, but I think to myself, it's like, dude, why I even put up with this shit? Because if the Nasdaq was a person in real life, I wouldn't talk like, dude, she wouldn't get a call back. I don't play toxic games. Shit, if you want to play with your feelings, I'm gonna let you play with your feelings by yourself. I got the Nasdaq, got me stressing, dreaming, having nightmares and shit at night. It's like, man, girl, like nothing I can do makes you happy. Why can't you treat me nice? Why can't you love me? She's out in the streets. She's out in the streets late at night while I'm home. Oh, that's hilarious. Doing God knows what. But I love her, man. I love her. I can't let her go. There we go. All right, so we should see that push now. I think that's probably the pullback that the market was looking for right here. So we should see that pullback. Should. Yeah, that definitely can be true at times, Alfred. That definitely is. As I've shared before, in my young and dumb days, I've seen some things that it really has shaped my opinion on relationships and what they truly are versus what we're taught them to be. The biggest turning point for me was that it didn't happen once, but in majority of my encounters with the other gender, I was usually the other guy. And there was just that understanding that there was nothing except this that was ever going to come from it, and it was okay. I've had a couple of them cry afterwards, but you know, whatever. It's not. It wasn't my problem at the time. I didn't care. I did not care. And the darkest thing that I've seen is right after they get done crying, we went right back to doing what we did before. Didn't learn anything. It was just crying because I really don't even understand why they cried, but and we continued to do it. That was just my encounter. So, uh, a lot of people in my situation would take the negatives from that. I just haven't. I mean, I guess like I said, I'm not. I said what 2 days ago that I seen like a quote that says that the root of all male suffering is illusion. I was never under the illusion that women were perfect. men or women, I mean, the thing that makes us human is that we're all imperfect and we all have our flaws and we all have, things that we're going through, and we try to do our best to try to get through this thing called life. We all do our best. So I was never under the illusion that girls were perfect, that girls are angels. I understand that girls are they can be the driving force behind every great man. And before the internet, we didn't have the information that's available to us now. What drove a successful man was a strong and supporting wife. That's why in certain circles, if you did not have a wife, people did not get fully behind you because you didn't have the driving force. Because as men, we don't push past, like, because we like things simple. We have a car. We don't need a BMW. We just need a car. We don't need a mansion. We just need a home. We don't need clothes. We don't need designer. We just need clothes on our back, et cetera, et cetera. It's women that always wants, they're not satisfied with what they have, and they're always pushing for more, and they'll be the driving force for the man to always push for more. But that mentality definitely has a double-edged sword. That's why I learned I don't that happy wife, happy life crap is nah, that's nah, it's a happy home. Both partners need to be happy, because if both partners aren't happy, well, we've already seen in the public view, men just having heart attacks because it's just they can't find peace anywhere. They can't find peace at home. They can't find peace at work. And then those men usually have affairs trying to search for peace. And I mean, it's like we all do the same thing. Men and women cheat, but we do it for different reasons. Men usually cheat to find peace. Women usually cheat they cheat for different reasons. It's whatever whatever they use to justify what they already want to do. I mean, it's primal. Females are made to bring life into this world, and being monogamous for a female, that kind of it's a contradiction of her natural programming. If you go out in the wild, you don't see too many animals practicing monogamy. They have multiple partners because their purpose is to bring and to further on life. So us human, just because we call ourselves humans, we are animals. And when women get around strong, masculine men, I guess what you would call your alpha males, your Chads, Tyrones, whatever term that people want to call, it's a natural instinct for them to ovulate and to try to procreate and recreate those men. That's their purpose. So I just have an understanding of that. I know that if I'm not afraid to be in relationships, but there are just certain things that I look for. You need to have a certain personality for me to even consider that with you. And I also know that over time, that personality can break down and deteriorate. So I'm not going to be looking through my girl's phone. I'm not going to be asking her where she's at. I'm not doing any of that. My focus is building myself, making sure that the family is good, and I'm the captain of this ship. And she's my co-captain. If at any point, because we all know that all lies come to light. All lies come to light. The first time a situation comes across my desk, that will be the only time. Because I know that it's not the first time that it's happened. It's just the first time that that person was caught. And that's on either side. So my emotions are solid when it comes to that. of course I'm going to be hurt because I was betrayed by, I mean, that word betrayal, I mean, it's only, that word was created because the people closest to you were the ones that were hurting you the most. Not your enemy down in the street, but the person that sleeps next to you or the person that works closely with you. So obviously that pain of betrayal is going to be there, but uh, I'm not going to cuck myself and say, baby, we can work today. There ain't shit to work out. You did what you did. There was obviously a contract between us of how I'm going to be, my focus and my resources are going to be allocated only to us. And your womb is going to be exclusive only to me. That's the equivalent exchange. And once that is broken, there is no more equivalent exchange. There is no more relationship. And I'm very solid about that. Solid about that. And there is no compromise. None whatsoever. There's nothing to talk about after that. When my earlier on, when I was unaware of this type of nature, the female that I was with, which was like, we're trying to work it out. I was like, you know what? I mean, it's not that she cheated because we weren't together, but she wasn't being honest. And I've always thought it was like, dude, I don't care because I'm out here doing my own thing too. But if you're not going to be honest with me about what you're doing, because I have to protect myself. I don't know who you're fucking. I don't know who you're with. I don't know that person. And if you're not going to be honest with me, then I'm not going to move forward with you. And people learn really quick that I mean when I say. And I guess people feel that way because majority of people that they run into, they say one thing and do another. No, I say one thing and do exactly what the hell I say. And that's what throws a lot of people off. That's kind of going back to what started this conversation is, wow, I have to walk around eggshells with you because I mean what the fuck I say. I don't play to make up the breakup games. Once you're gone, you will stay gone. And I have old females still trying to talk to me, calling, like not calling, but texting and stuff like that. No, you're gone. You're no longer a part of my life. There is no reminiscing about nothing. We've enjoyed the time that we spent together. It came to an end. And now my focus is on the future. I mean that shit. That's all we have as men. And if you're fooled by the internet, because the internet is obviously pushing out this girl boss thing, you got to understand that the whole girl boss are women that have been disappointed by the men in their lives. Because they can't find, or the men in their life aren't the men that they dream of, they're becoming the men. If you speak to any woman, it's always about status, prestige, and the amount of resources and the status that you have within your community. That's hardwired into every female. Every species is hardwired like this because that's what the female needs to be protected. She needs a nest to have and bear your kids. That's why they say that a girl is waiting at the finish line. Of course, she's not your fucking mom. She's trying to be the mother of your children. And what, you're going to have the mother of your children in a shack, in a box? No. Of course she's going to be waiting at the finish line. She needs to have a home to raise your children. It's just that simple. And like when you understand it from that perspective, the stuff that women do is like, yeah, okay, I expected that. I mean, I'm not going to tolerate it, but I'm not going to be, oh my God, all women are evil. Oh my God, they're this or that. They're just reacting to the reality that's around them. And unfortunately, a lot of men try to make these women into their moms. I don't understand why, but That's what women deal with. And I'm not saying that it's a justification. It's just an understanding of where a lot of this behavior comes from. I promise you. The stuff that I see on the internet, I have not experienced any of that because I present myself as someone that understands my role, and I get the response from females. I get a natural response. When I started seeing this stuff on the internet, I was like, oh, I didn't know that men actually went through this. But and that was a whole phase in my life too, when I was just understanding why men was going through this, because I figured it was like, I mean, it's kind of simple. You build yourself, you work on yourself, you amass resources, and women will chase you. There is never a reason why you should ever be chasing a woman, because it's a dead end. It's literally a dead end. Why would you be chasing? It's like going down the street, seeing that there's a dead end and you're still running towards it. They're dead ends. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. It's just that you're not going to go far with a woman as the captain of your ship. You're just not going to. Men are the visionaries, women are the driving force. That is the natural combination between men and women. So if you try to invert that, you're not going anywhere. That's why with single mother homes, the males in the house, the children are usually all destructive until they meet that complementary masculine figure. For black males or males that don't have that father figure in their life, their first encounter with masculinity is through their coach. And that's why you'll see a lot of men that could have went down the wrong path are saved by their coach. And you see a lot of them share that, make themselves vulnerable and share that part of them with the world. It was like, man, I really love my coach. My coach really showed me the importance of discipline, mindset, having goals and working to accomplishing those goals and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of, I mean, I feel like that has been weaponized as well, because the government incentivizes single parent homes. And it's not a surprise of the destruction that we see in society. It's not a surprise, at least not to me. It really isn't. I at no point in time did I ever thought, man, I wanted to have sex with my mom. At never. I didn't even have that type of relationship with my mom to where I would even allow her to baby me. Mom still try to baby me now. I was trying to send me money when I don't need it. It's like, oh, if you need it, like, no, I'm not your damn husband. No. Yeah, that just no. I don't need that. No. 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 And another thing is your partner, you're not her father. I think that was something that I've understood for before I understood why that's very important. The women in your life, you are not their father. That's why one of the requirements that I have is if you don't have a father, then you're automatically somebody that I'm not even going to date. Because that's, I mean, the majority of the relationship is going to be establishing that I'm the man of the house and I am to be respected. And for those that don't have that growing up and they have that natural disappointment in men, relationships like that just does not work out. What tends to happen is that they get uncomfortable. The family is broken up, and that's just another recipe for a single family home. So one of my requirements is that she has to have a father. The second requirement to that is that she has to respect her father. If she has a father and she respects her father, then That's my requirement. Because my role is to take over the duties of the father by making sure that whenever she bears my children, she has the resources to do that. That's my role. I'm not going to waste my time, nor my focus, nor energy explaining that I'm the man of the house. I'm the man of the house regardless of what you see on social media. You play those stupid games, you will win a very stupid prize. And when you see the lack of the emotional response from me, there, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to try to explain to you why you should respect me. Now, I don't go through that, but that is definitely something that I will never tolerate. Never tolerate that shit. I don't play that when we go out. My girl paid. No, that's not her job. That is not your job. No. And I think I mean, there's some men that says, yeah, I got my girl. No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it if that's what makes you happy. But just understand that if girls are always subconsciously testing you, if you put her in the role of a male by having her do masculine things because she saw it on social media and thought it was cute and was like, oh, let me go home and try that. And she tests you and you fail. In her mind is like, okay, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But I promise you that's one step that she's going to take to find someone that she can respect and someone that's going to dominate her and someone that she can look up to. Remember, women are naturally looking for status, looking for someone of power. Everything that you do that doesn't demonstrate your power, she's going to be looking for it somewhere else. Hold on, someone's knocking at my door. Give me a second. You say you're not attracted to big girls because they reminded you of your mom? I'm not surprised by what the Nasdaq just did though. I'm not surprised by it. I'm not surprised by this. She finds a way to get almost there and then she doesn't touch it. So I'm trying to figure out like what the hell happened? What the hell happened right there? But honestly, I'm not attracted to that because that just shows that there's just a lack of self-love. Only someone that don't care about themselves let themselves go like that. If I'm in the gym every day, making sure that no matter how old I am physically, and I want to emphasize on that, because I'm going to be 70, 60, 100 years old, 10 million years old, still looking like I'm 30, still looking like I'm in my 20s, because I do the things that that's going to have a longevity effect on my health, on my physical appearance. I'm here for the long haul. I'm here to learn because shit, I don't want to reincarnate. Shit, these are some hard times to be reincarnating into. Some very hard times. You might reincarnate into a weird ass situation. But if she don't take care of herself physically, then I know she don't love herself. And if you don't love yourself, and there's damn well that you can't love my kids when you have them. You don't love yourself. I would agree with that, cave trader. Cardio, believe it or not, is a full body workout. Honestly, if you just run, you really don't even need to lift weights. If you're just trying to be athletic, running would is a full body workout. I learned that the hard way. And then I wouldn't sit here and say that it was hard, but um I forgot what the situation. I think I went to the gym late because I had some work that I had to complete. And so I went to the gym later than usual. And I usually start my workout with a 20-minute run. I just didn't have the 20 minutes to run that day. And I just went straight to the workout. So and when I say that that 20-minute run was, I didn't realize how important that warm up run was until I went straight to the workout portion. And I was like, damn, I'm not even into this shit. My body's not awake yet. My muscles hasn't been activated yet. I felt like I felt like I went in cold, you know? And I was like, yeah, never again. Never again. I need to do that run first before I actually get into the workout portion of it. It just sucks that the Nasdaq missed that second target like that by 3 ticks. Honestly, I really don't know why it stopped there, honestly. Because I felt like I was more or less front running, but I guess that's my fault because I should have just had it at 20 like I usually do. I really don't know why I put it at 22 actually. I really don't. I do think that the market will still move to the upside here, but it's just the fact that my target could have been filled, you know? I don't think this thing rolls over, but I mean, it just it's always it's always heartbreaking when price misses you by a couple of ticks and then it rolls over. So yeah, it definitely is, man. It definitely is. So I'm a big advocate of self care, self help. I'm not gonna be no health influencer though, because I mean, there's only so much you can say and do before it begins to just feel fake. Like some of the workouts that some of these guys be does, it's like nobody's not doing that stupid shit for real. You're just trying to look cute on the internet. But I mean, it is what it is, man. Yeah, that's definitely true. That's why that term "crying on the treadmill" because you go and cry on the treadmill because as soon as I get off, once I get done trading, it's to the gym, and then I find myself crying on the treadmill. Like, man, why the fuck you did that shit for? Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's easy to become a shut-in if you're stay at home. If you're a trader, it's easy to become shut in. You really have to make the conscious decision to actually get out and exercise. Because making all this money, once you get the flow of the market, you can consistently come in and make money every day. It's real easy just to just sit in front of the charts all day and get all of the what's the word I'm looking for? Get all your feel good chemicals off these charts. Get that dopamine release off these charts instead of, going to the gym, doing it, completing a workout that you've created for yourself, and then getting that dopamine hit afterwards. After you're walking outside the gym, it's like, man, I just completed this set, that set. I ran for 20 minutes before the workout. Hmm. 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 I'm gonna still leave it there. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna leave it there. So I think gold missed my target or my entry here. Gold missed my entry on the other account. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, missed my entry here. Hmm. That's what I like to see. I like to see all that green. All right. So and mm, yeah. What days are you usually going to the gym, Cave Trader? Now I can just. I mean, that's the strategy right there. That is definitely the strategy. That is the strategy. Let me see. 'Cause maybe this would have been. I mean, I would have missed the first time. I would have got the second one, but let's see. So let's see. Like I said, I think we get this. I think we get this target hit now. I think we get a hit. Yeah, that's probably why. That's probably why. Hmm. Mm. Dude, I feel that way sometimes, Cave Trader. I feel that way sometimes because that pullback was so nasty. Like, what was the point of that? Like, seriously, what was the point of that, man? What was the freaking point of that pullback? Missing me by 3 ticks. Yeah, I think it was just I don't think it was a level there. I don't think. Actually, I forgot if I readjusted this target or if this is just a target that I have to get a certain P and L. I forgot. I think it was. I don't know if I adjusted it. Maybe I did, but I think it gets hit though. It just would have been nice if it got hit the first time instead of having to come back and pick me up. As long as I get this big target filled, I'm not. I don't necessarily care about. Well, I do care, but these two targets right here, as long as I get this big one filled, I mean, I'm good. I reduce my risk. Uh, I'm not going to lose money. I'm not going to lose too much money on two micros. I mean, I'll probably lose $100 probably max, and it's not a big deal. But it's just these big targets that just needs to get filled, just to move the account forward. All right, we're almost there. Let's see if the Nasdaq is going to do that same shit to me again. We're almost there. I even made it easy for you this time. Like I said, you gotta love the NQ. Okay. You gotta love trading the NQ or you'll just stop trading her. I mean, that's a bullish candle. I mean, there's no way that the bulls or the bears are gonna reverse that and let that go. You got the candle opening above the previous candle high. We got a strong candle above it. There's no way. So I should be good. I just gotta be patient for it, I guess. Mm, mm. Oh, really? When did you take the long, Cave Trader? I thought you skipped out on long. Where did you get in long at? Man, Nasdaq, yo, okay, so that's just nasty. Just hit that damn target, baby. Damn, please. Hit the target. Baby, please. Hit that target. Don't pull back. And I'm not gonna take it. No, I'm not taking it here. I need price to hit my target. Because shit, if I take this trade now, that messes up my risk to reward. I've already reduced it about $2 and 3 ticks already, which is not gonna break the bank or nothing, but I'm not gonna take it here. Yeah. Nasdaq don't want to see me win. You said that you're doing the orb fake out long. Hmm. Still being patient here. Still being patient. So you said when it pushes above the orb high, pulls back, and then pushes up again. You're talking about like right here, this price action right here. So, and this is why I'm always trying to avoid the orb high trade. I'm always trying to avoid taking this trade. I kind of want to get in the range. I'm trying to get in the range. That's my goal, because sometimes it really depends on which instrument you're trading. On the Nasdaq, sometimes getting inside, if you're trying to look for that orb high, getting in at the orb low is probably the best option. Because if I got in at the retest of the orb high, I would have gotten stopped out. I would be in this right now. And then I think another big consideration is the size of the orb. This is a really big orb for the Nasdaq. It's really big. I guess I shouldn't say it that way, right? Yeah. You can do it, Nasdaq. You can do it, Nasdaq. You can do it. I wonder why the Nasdaq is having such a hard time at in this area. Why is it having such a hard time in this area? Okay, I see why. It's that orb high from yesterday that that bears are trying to come in and sell at and be rainbow at. Man, squeeze these bears out. Thank you. Ooh, that's not a good candle. That is not a good candle. Ooh, that is not a good candle. That is not a good candle. That is not a good candle right there. That is not a good candle. That's a doji. Come on, Bulls. Just keep pushing it. Keep pushing. You said an inside candle on the 15? Yeah. Yeah, dude, that is not a good candle, man. That is not a good that is not a good candle. Mm, shit. Mm. Push it, Bulls. Squeeze these bears out. Squeeze them. I'm being optimistic at this point because, like I said, that is a bad. This is almost a $10,000 a 10,000 tick chart. So every candle represents 10,000 around 10,000 transactions, and so in 10,000 transaction we got a doji. That's not ever good. I mean, this chart kind of gives me. This is a really big chart. This is like a monthly chart. We got a candle opening. This is a 600,000 tick chart. So when I see a candle like this is over 500,000 transactions, and it traded in this small little doji right there. That is crazy. This is a 600,000 tick chart. When I see a doji like this is 600,000 contracts traded at that area. All right, there we go, baby. There we go. All right, so we're good now. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good, baby. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right, we're good. Actually, I'm gonna move this shit down though. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. And we're good. Just leave this one to run. Hmm. Alfred says it's starting to look like mean reversion. I think we probably take out all-time highs today. We're obviously in an uptrend. It's just the bears are being really rainbow right now. The bears are being very rainbow right now. All right. There we go. All right. I'm good. I'm good with today's results. Uh I'm good. Gonna move my stop up. Damn, look at that. Damn. Mm. All right, let me look at this thing real quick. Let me see where this thing. I mean, that's bullish. It's where do we go from here? That's the question. Where do we go from here? ES is super bullish. Man, I should have took the orb. Man, something told me just to take the orb high on the ES. I said no. I said no to the ES. All right, so where can we go with this? Where can we go? Where can we go? Hmm. Where can we go with this? You know what? Hmm. I'm going to target. Actually, no. I'm going to target 2460, and I learned my lesson just to go. I'm going to target this. This will be my last target for today. All-time highs, I believe, is at 69, right? So I'm just going to front run. I'm just going to front run that target, or I'm just going to front run that level. 9 points. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Cave Trader. And Investor Z says, Gold's been running you last night, man. So what were you looking for last night, Investor Z? What were you looking for? Were you trying to go? Well, actually, I'm gonna look. Well, no, actually, I really don't care. I don't care. I'm not gonna gauge the performance. So what I was gonna say was because I know that My Funded Futures is now hosting a Comex trader. I'm not familiar with. I think his name's Steve, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I think his name is Steve, maybe. And when Alfred was talking to me about him, and I joined the stream, it just really shows a difference in our trading styles because, as I've shared already, I'm looking for 90 ticks on gold. I'm not looking for anything less or more than 90 ticks. And he was like, "Oh yeah, look at that 3 point rally in gold or 3 point drop in gold." And that was a cognitive dissonance to me because I'm thinking, well, shit, that's only a quarter of what I need. I mean, I'm 3 points is great in my direction, but I need 6 more points before I'm happy. But you can tell that he's a scalper because if he's only looking for a few points, trading heavy size, and I guess with the people that usually trade algos is they're looking for short moves with heavy size with tight stops, and they're just looking for quick pops. They're getting in and they're getting out, and they're constantly doing that over and over and over. And you will make more money that way, but then you can also lose a lot of money. Well, I guess if your stops are tight, then as long as the market is not chopping, I mean, anyway. You thought gold was going to keep going up. I mm, I would say that I would not. I wouldn't argue against it. I wouldn't argue against it, especially after that super mega run up that we saw on gold. You know, the crazy thing is, as I was kind of back testing and looking at the price action here on gold, this is actually was bullish price action as it was going down. This just goes to show how aggressive the bulls were because as the market was making lower lows, it was breaking structure and then still it was breaking structure to the upside and then breaking structure to the downside. If I was trading this, if this happened earlier in the day, I would have lost on this trade. And I probably would have fought it because I'm thinking, okay, well, actually, maybe not. I would hope that I wouldn't, but it broke structure to the upside. So, it's supposed to push back up, but it just didn't. I mean, overall, it was trending down. I mean, that was a sign, but it was bullish as it was going down. So it was. Uh, I wouldn't have argued against a long on gold either. I wouldn't. Well, what are you looking for? Because I had that same issue with gold, and I think I found my number. Uh, if I'm trading the my funded future, so my funded future, the one with the $2,500 of drawdown, I trade 5 micros in that because I need to make 45 or I need to make $450 to reach the goal, and I'm only looking for 90 ticks. So in that account, I'm trading heavier than in my Tradeify account, where I'm trading 4 micros, but then I'm copy trading that with another account. In my Apex account, the 300K with the 7,500 of trailing drawdown, I trade 7 micros. So I'm not trading past a mini with gold. And the main reason why I'm not trading past a mini with gold is because of the risk to reward. Uh, like any professional trader, my focus is how much I can lose versus how much I can make. And if I have one mini using my 1 to 2, I'll lose $450 every time I lose. And it'll only give me, even on a big account, $450 on a big account, that only gives me 13 attempts before the account is gone. And I don't like numbers. I like to keep my losses. I gotta lose in a of like at least 30 times before I blow the account. But the only account I take that risk in is the My Funded Futures, is because of the way that they got it set up. If you trade the My Funded I mean, before they actually did away with the 30-day rule where they put you in a live account, if they didn't have that rule, I would have reduced my size to match the account size. But if you have 30 winning trades of over $100, they put you in a live account regardless if you've taken a payout. But we're not here to get into live accounts. We're here to get payouts. So I need to make $450 minimum to get all of the payouts and then get put into a live account. And if I don't make $450 daily, then it's really no point in even trading that account. So that's the only account that I take that risk in. But in the bigger accounts, 4 micros, 45 tick stop, 9 tick target, or 90 tick target, make $360. In 25 days, I'll have enough money for a payout. I think it's 25 days, I think. Yeah, I'll have enough. Yeah, in 25 days, I'll have enough money for the payout. And I can keep the account. I have to lose 30 times, 30 or 40 times before I lose the account, which I'm not going to lose 30 trades in a row on gold. And that's how I find that's the formula that I use to find the number of contracts that I'm going to trade. So why are you looking for such a small target, Investor Z? That's definitely true. That's definitely true. My strategy before was I would trade one mini looking for 45 ticks to get the 45, or I keep saying 45, the $450 I needed for the account. But on the days where, but I always felt myself fighting myself with gold when I would trade that way, because I'm thinking all I need is the gold. All I need is the gold. So I'm not going to wait for the pullback. I'm going to wait for a high risk bounce that may not even hit my target. like with gold, like a trade like this is what I would take. Because I was like, dude, you can get 45 ticks easy, man. You don't have to look for a professional trade for only 45 ticks. You can do it. Just do it. And with that internal voice always on, just saying, just do it, like Shia LaBeouf. I'm like, fine, let's fucking do this shit then. Let's do it. Damn it. And instead of waiting for a decent pullback into an area where I know that if price gets down here, I'm going to get a big move, I would take this trade. Now, in this situation, yeah, it worked. Or it worked. Yeah, it worked. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. And then it goes to the area where I should have got in the first fucking time. So it's like, it's always that. Well, actually, it worked here too. It worked here. Looking for just 4 points. It worked. But if I got in at this, I would have been 3 points in drawdown. And that's just a lot of money on a small account. And so I just said, you know what? If I'm going to trade, I might as well just do the 45 ticks a stop, 90 ticks a target, reduce my size so it makes sense to capture this full move, because it doesn't make sense to capture this move trading a mini. Or actually, it doesn't make sense to wait for the move to catch a mini. It's just easier to scalp with the mini, get the money that I need. And those are just high risk, high anxiety trades that I don't want to do day in and day out. At least that's my thought process behind it. You said K Trader says his sweet spot on gold is 2 micros. I'm definitely not emotionally attached with 2 micros for sure. I definitely would, with a 2 micro position, I would have to look for, to make the money that I want to make, I would have to look for, I would have to look for 225 ticks, which is basically 22 and a half points, which I'm not ever going to do on gold. I think I settled with 4 because I think I started off with 3 on gold. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I started off with 3, and then I was like, yeah, I'm only making $270. It's not even worth the risk. So I just said, fine, I'll just trade with 4, make the 360, and then at the 25-day mark, I could get a payout. But and I only lose $180 per trade, and with $6,000 in drawdown, I have 33 tries before. I have 33 losing trades on gold, which is highly unlikely for me before I blow the account, which I like. I like that number. So, but I also don't like losing. So, and your stop is over 100. So you have a 10-point stop on gold. So you're not getting stopped out a lot, are you, Cave Trader? Or I guess it really depends on when or where you're entering. If I had a 10-point stop, I probably would not have a losing trade on gold. But I wouldn't want to risk 10 points on gold, no. Yeah. That kind of reminds me, I mean, I would risk 10 points on ES, but when it comes to gold, gold is just too dangerous to risk 10 points on. Just a thought of losing 10 points to gold, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing that. Really? On gold? 10 points? I guess it really depends on where you're entering because, especially if you're using the swing indicator, gold is like like I said, gold is that Goldilocks instrument for me. It moves like the Nasdaq and trades like the ES. These swings matter. I wouldn't be entering anywhere above this swing unless we see a break and a pullback, and they're holding this swing. This, I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. Look at these swings on this indicator. I'm glad that you showed me this swing indicator, Cave Trader, because this tool is probably along with the price action, this is the one of the tools that I use for when I trade gold. It's well, okay, so I have a swing here. I know that gold doesn't do certain things without certain things happening. And it allows me to know that if price does trade above this high, then I know that it's going to be a stop run. And you can just continuously see it like with these swings. Like you got your swing, you got your stop run, you have this swing, you have your stop run. I just know that these swing highs and lows on gold are very important. You see a sweep, like this is one of the trades that I'm going to start to implement it because I see this so often that I kind of look for this as confirmation. A swing, a sweep, and then a push back up. I'm going long. I've already shared that trade with y'all already. On gold, that is the money trade. You see a sweep of a low and it pushes back up. That happens a lot right here. Sweep pushes back up, it goes. Sweep pushes back up, it goes. That happens a lot on gold. And I look for that trade a lot now. Sweep, push back up, it goes. This one wasn't that obvious. It did swept, but it did push back up, go. I mean, these with these swings, sweep, push back up, go. Sweep, push back up, sweep, push back up. So I mean, gold definitely has a lot of opportunities to make money. It's very consistent on gold. This is why she's the Goldilocks instrument for me. And this is why I exclusively only trade my funded accounts with gold. But all right, guys, that's it for me today. Uh, we definitely made a lot of money today, and I'm very proud of today's results. So tomorrow's Friday. I don't think we have any news tomorrow. If we do, we will talk about it during tonight's stream. Yeah, we don't have anything. Well, I guess we have the consumer inflation expectation and consumer sentiment, I guess. I don't understand why these surveys are so important, but I guess the market uses this to gauge consumer sentiment. So, but all right, guys, I appreciate everybody that's joined. We'll definitely come back later on tonight, and we will definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good day.